What's up, guys? King29 here. So, I finally got Season 0, Episode 9 of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I gotta say, it's actually kind of funny. It's pretty good. Alright, so it starts out with a guy running from a yo-yo. Yeah, so it's a guy running from a yo-yo, and there's these guys chasing him. Because apparently yo-yos are gangster now. Who knew? Anyways, dude gets caught, and he gets caught up, and he trips, and he starts screaming, "Help me!" And then it fades to black. Alright, so Joey is he's in class and he's showing off his new yo-yo. And he's telling them it's all the rage now, there's a bunch of kids using it. And Miho thinks it's cool, which of course Tristan freaks out about. And which he freaks out about, which huge surprise. So apparently there's a gang of kids robbing people with yo-yos, using them as weapons. So Joey wants to rectify the situation and find them and teach them a lesson. So it jumps to the next day, and Joey isn't in class. He's absent. So the gang, they're worried about him. They're like, he doesn't miss a day. Wonder what's up. So they go to his family's house, and they basically break in. Of course, Miho, which is kind of surprising. She breaks in and she peeks her little head in, and just as she does that, the dad's like, "You run, stupid kid!" And he tosses a bottle at the door, and it just smashes, and the kids freak out, and they just run out of there like, "Sorry." So, so now they're stuck, and they're just kind of confused and like, "Where the hell is Joey?" So they have more questions than answers. So they go searching for him. So they hear someone yelling around the corner, so they check it out and see there's a bunch of kids, a group of kids, beating up another kid for stepping on his foot, basically. And guess who they find? So Joey of course, and he's basically ignoring them because they're like, "Joey, come back with us," and he's ignoring them, and he's like, "No, these are my friends now, leave me alone," stuff like that. So he's ignoring them, and Yugi stands up and he's like, "No, you need to come with us, please, help us out, you're our friends, you know." And as he's talking to Joey, one of the guys being a punk basically just hits Yugi, which I was just like, but he hits Yugi and he lays him out, flat out, just knocks him down. So of course they're upset and they're like, "Joey, Joey, you bastard, don't do this." And he keeps walking out. So he just walks out with his new friends, or his new old friends. So Yugi and his friends go to the park, and they talk about their new friend, and Tristan starts telling him, he's like, "Yeah, that's who he used to hang out with back in the day, back in middle school." He's like, "But I can't believe he went back to them. I don't know why." And he's upset. He's like, "Whatever. We should just let it go." And he leaves. So it goes back to Joey. So it actually does a flashback to Joey and his old. Or I'm sorry, it goes back to Joey and his old friends, and basically, um, they're meeting up with another group, a rival gang, and they're like, "We don't like you in our territory. We want to be the #1 gang," all that fun stuff. So the main leader, I think his name's like Hirotani. He's like, "All right, fine, we'll settle this," and he pulls out his yo-yo, and Joey's upset. He's like, "No," or he's not upset. He's calm and cool, and he's just like, "No, don't use your yo-yo. Use your fist." And the leader's like, "You know what? For you saying that, you gotta fight them all." So Joey has to fight the entire group. So he jumps back to Jay's, and it turns out Jay's is where the group hangs out at. That's where they chill, basically. And it's Yugi and his friends, and they go to confront, Joey there, but he's not there yet. So Joey, back at the fight, ends up beating all five guys. So Tristan and his friends and all of them go inside, and they talk to a bartender, who tells them that a Domino student just recently got coerced into getting into the gang. They're like, that must have been Joey. So Tristan and Yugi head to the warehouses, where they find out that's where they hang out. So they go to confront Joey, and Joey tells them off, and he no longer wants to be their friends. He's just like, "No, leave me alone. I was just pretending to be your friends. I'm tired of rules and all that stuff." To which they're shocked at. They're just like, "Ugh." So Tristan finds, so they leave, right, basically, and it jumps to the next day. So Tristan finds the gang, and he challenges the leader, and of course he's getting his ass handed to him when Yugi jumps in to save him, because it's like the final blow, and the leader pulls out his yo-yo that somehow turns into like a weapon. So he chucks it at Tristan, and Yugi jumps in the way, and just as he jumps in the way, the Millennium Puzzle catches the yo-yo as it hits and like bounces it back and breaks it off the string. And the camera goes to the boss, and it basically the yo-yo cut the boss's face, and he gets pissed off, and he's just like, that's unacceptable. So they basically grab Yugi and they tie him up, and they start beating him up. So just then, Joey shows up, and he's pissed, and he's saying that he only joined the group to save his friends, because I guess the group threatened Joey, saying, if you don't come with us, we'll beat up your friends. So now he's gonna have to fight the gang. So he basically takes his yo-yo. So basically the leader's like, fine, if you're gonna have to fight me, you're gonna have to fight everybody. So they all basically take out their yo-yos and start like throwing them in his face. So he basically just throws up his guard, and he just like starts walking his way towards Yugi and towards the boss. So he's basically just getting blows to the face. So he takes the yo-yos, blows, and somehow manages to get Yugi down with the most like incredulous of ways. You're gonna have to see it. I want you guys to see the video because it's actually kind of crazy. It's funny, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's like the most normal of the videos, I guess, in my opinion. So anyways, he gets Yugi down with a yo-yo, and just as he does that, he gets sucker punched from behind from one of the gangs. So the Pharaoh comes out and basically challenges the entire gang, and he starts running off. So the gang follows him to a rooftop, and he's like, we're gonna play a game. And somehow, somewhere out of not knowing anywhere or anyhow, he pulls out a yo-yo. Because he's the Pharaoh, and apparently he has fucking magic pockets. Anyway, so he comes out with a challenge, and they start playing. So they're basically chasing him, and as he's chasing him, he's just throwing his yo-yo down, throwing his yo-yo down, throwing his yo-yo down. And I'm just like, okay, if you know anything about yo-yos, that's just basically just spooling it up, just gaining speed. It doesn't really do anything. And just as he gets the edge of the roof, he stops, and he turns around, and he sees them all there. And he's like, this roof you've been running on is pretty rickety. It's pretty easy to put a hole in it with just a yo-yo, which means it's pretty shitty. So he stops at the edge, and he tells them, it's like, look all around you. And basically, they've all run into a trap where he ran around in a circle, and he put holes into the rooftop. He put holes into the rooftop, and they're basically just standing on a giant, like, roof with holes all up in it. And he's like, I wonder how long this rooftop can hold the four of you. And they start freaking out, and they're like, you punk. And just as they say that, they realize they're trapped. And you gotta watch. Alright, you gotta watch it. You gotta see it. So they fall down, and that's basically it. They're done. So it goes back to Joey, and he beats the leader, even though the leader fights dirty. So it wraps up nice and neat, and they're all back at the school. And Joey's talking yo-yos. And he shows them a new special technique that just blows them all away. And I'm not going to tell you how, because I'm excited about it, but you guys got to watch it and see how. Because it's funny as all hell, and Yugi's slightly more perverted than you guys thought. But it's funny as hell, so check it out, guys. That'll be Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, Episode 9. Cards Without.